1 and minus 27, or
I think what I'd probably do is first sub in 3.
sub in 3. Okay.
Sub in 3 for x.
So do I need to do then y
Well,
equals, sorry,
okay. So what is
21 equals to,
yeah?
right? Yeah. So 21 equals to, sorry, a and then 3 squared
Mm-hmm.
plus b and then 3 again
Mm-hmm.
and then plus c. And then do I need to just solve for c?
Well, I think we can't really solve it, but we can just expand it to simplify it a bit.
Okay, so would that be then, so 21 equals to 9a plus 3b plus c.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Any idea what's next?
So I need to now sub in minus 1 and no, sorry. Do I need to now sub in, yeah, minus 1 and minus 27, or
Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
so then now do I do so minus 27 is equals to a minus 1 squared plus b minus 1 plus c.
Mm-hmm.
And then do I need to just simplify it? So make it a plus minus no a minus b plus c.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got those. Okay. Any idea what's next?
Do I need to make it into like a simultaneous equation, or
So you could. The problem is we've got 3 unknowns, but only 2 equations. We need a third equation.
okay? So
Any idea how you get a third equation?
do I need to min passes through? Do I need to do so? Is passes through like the midpoint of min?
It. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hang on.
Do I need to do like the max point or something? Or
So it won't have a max, I don't think.
okay,
So it's gonna look approximately like this. So minus 1 minus 27. So it's something like that.
right.
What else can we do here? So there's an easy. You haven't done differentiation yet, have you?
Not to like a high level really. I can do differentiation, like a simple differentiation, but not to like a high level.
Okay. So maybe do differentiation for this up here.
So will that be y equals to 2a plus b?
So it'll be 2ax plus b
Oh, sorry, x plus b then.
plus b. And what do you, so that's, instead of y equals, it's dy dx equals. What do you know about dy dx at the minimum?
Is it that it'll be minus 1 minus 27?
Dy dx gives you the gradient.
Okay.
And so for that, it is equal to 0.
Okay.
The gradient at the bottom is 0. What can we do here?
Can we sub in the coordinates into 2ax plus b, or
Yeah, so go on.
so would it be 2a minus 1 and then plus b equals to 0?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Do I need to now substitute the other x value?
What other x value?
3.
No. So I would just, what would this be as, let's say, like b equals?
Oh, right. So would it be 0 minus, no, 0 plus 2a? Or would it be b equals to 2a?
Yeah. And then that opens it up for you.
Okay. So we've already got b, or do I need to...
And so that's like your third simultaneous equation. So you can now use that anywhere you like. So instead of b, you can use 2a.
Right. So, so does that mean that a is equals to b divided by 2 as well?
Yeah. Let's just stick with b equals 2a. So we don't have fractions.
So, I'm not sure why I need to sub into a though.
So let's say this one, instead of b, you can write 2a. So let's do that in equation 2, let's say.
So, okay, so a minus 2a plus c.
Yeah.
So would that be a minus? Would that be minus a or c minus a? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's simplify that.
C minus a.
So that's gonna be equal to c minus a. What would, let's say, c be equal to?
Minus 27 plus a.
Yeah, so that's a plus 27. And so now you have c in terms of a, you have b in terms of a. So now let's say, so both of them into the equation 1.
So then equation. So will I then do minus 27?
Equation 1.
Okay. So 21 equals to 9 times. Oh wait, we're trying to find out a now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I need to do. So 21 equals to 9a plus 3 times. No, plus 3 2a.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus a plus 27.
Yeah, and that should be minus 27, my mistake.
Oh, sorry, minus 27.
Yes, and that's what we're solving.
Okay, so 20. And then I need to simplify it.
Yep.
So 9a plus 6a plus a minus 27. So it comes out to like, does it come out to 16a minus 27?
Sounds good.
And then so 21 plus, so then it becomes 48 equals to 16a.
Okay.
And then I just do 48 divided by 16 to get a.
Yep.
And that's 3.
Yep.
Okay.
So a is 3. What's next?
So do I now need to... So have we actually only just got a?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do I now need to do... So it says b is equals to 2a. Oh no, so it says c... Oh, right, so it says b is equals to 2 times... So b is 6.
Yeah.
Right. B is equals to 6. And then c is just 30.
How'd you get that?
Oh, sorry, it's minus 27, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So minus 24.
C equals minus 24. That's it. Yes. Any questions about that one? Let's walk through it. So I wasn't sure how we'd go about this one. I think the big one was, so I didn't know that you differentiated it. So I think, yeah, if you differentiate it, and at the minimum, the dy dx is equal to 0,
Yeah.
gradient to 0. And so because of that, and you can sub in the x value for that. So minus 2a equals b. So b is 2a. And then you can just replace that. And then, yeah. So sub in the x, sub in the y, and that's one equation. Sub in the x, sub in the y, that's second equation. And then the gradient is a third equation. And then just slowly, simultaneous equations with 3 different equations. Not easy though. So any questions with that one?
No.
So it's more about like substitution and getting 3 different equations. All right. Yeah. So was there any other questions that you had?
No, that was it. That's just the homework. So I've done it now. So yeah.
Okay. So we could start from chapter 1. Do you know your exam board for?
It is. So yeah, I've got it here. It's the one you've got up there. It's Pearson Excel.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
And what chapter have you started on in it?
We haven't actually started in the book, so we're just doing like on the whiteboard and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is chapter 2. This is it. So there's some overlap in the beginning, but I think we can just kind of pick the harder questions from the first chapter and just do it that way. Okay. So this is just kind of a reminder of GCSE. I'm just gonna skip it. Oh, I accidentally deleted or wrote that. Let's see, this I'm gonna skip. So this one, maybe a little bit. How would you go about the very last question?
So would you do? So is that 35x 10, and then do I need to divide 35 by 5 to get 7, and then do? So would it be 7x 8? Or
Say it again, sorry?
is it 7x8? Or
sorry, start from the start again?
yeah, sorry. Is it so? Would you do 20 plus 15?
No, because they have different powers. How would you do A?
You would do
And you can't add them because they're different powers.
x to the 7 plus x to the 4, which is x to 11 to the 11, and then do x to 11 minus 3.
So that's only if you're multiplying them.
Mm.
We're adding, and so we can't add the. It doesn't work that way. We just can't add them.
Right, yeah. So
any other idea how we can simplify it?
Do I need to find like a common thing between 7 and 4, or?
So you know how you can have, let's say, 2 over 11 plus 3 over 11.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that?
5 over 11.
And so once upon a time you would have had to put the 2 on top and bring them together, and just as easily you can split them apart. 2 over 11 plus 3 over 11. So could you do something similar for this? So it's like it's already been brought together. You just
so is it x over 7? Oh no, x to the power of 7 over x plus 3, x to the 3,
mm-hmm.
plus x to the 4 over x over 3.
Yeah. And now you can simplify.
So is it now going to be like 2x?
No, x to the 7 over x to the 3.
Oh, sorry. So x to the 4, and then plus x. So it'd be.
That's it.
Oh, okay, fine.
You
Okay.
can't get any simpler.
Right. Okay.
Okay, similar idea. Last one.
So do I need to do them 20x to the power of 7 over 5x squared,
Mm-hmm.
and then plus 15x cubed over 5x squared,
Yeah.
and then here I need to do, so for the first one I need to do 4x to the power of 5 plus 3x. I think that's just it.
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, they can be brought together. They can be pulled back apart. This stuff. There's some stuff in there, you know. There's some stuff in there. Multiplying 3 brackets, you know. Might be worth a look. Maybe not. That's an exam question. Might be worth it. No, probably not even. No, it's just expanding 3 brackets. How do you expand 3 brackets?
Isn't it like you expand the last two and then you times them by the first one?
Yeah. Okay, how would you go about this?
So do I need to find like the area of the rectangle and then take it away from the area of the square?
Yep.
Okay, so do I just need to do 3x minus y plus 4 times x plus 7?
Mm-hmm.
So
Hold on. And what would you do with your answer?
would you have to use it and take it away from the area of the square?
And how would you get area to square?
X minus 2 squared.
Yep. And I'm happy with that. After that, it's just, you know, long and whatever. But you just expand that and then you simplify it. I think I would. Okay, factorising, similar. And it's not too difficult. I just want to, let's say, how would you do question C?
So 6 times minus 10. And then you need to like find something that adds to give minus 10 and adds to give minus 11, sorry, and times is to give minus 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then will that be 15 and 4? So will that be x minus 15 and x plus 4? Oh no, sorry. So it'll be minus 15x and plus 4x. Then you have to like factorize it and stuff.
Yeah. What's the quick way of this one? Ax plus j over ax plus k, and that's all over a. And so where j and k are the two different ones. So we started with 6 as a.
Yeah.
So that's a, b, and c, and then the two things we just found are j and k. And so try putting those into that.
So so a, j. So do I need to sub in like 6 into ax? So will it be 6x plus what is minus 15, and then 6x plus minus 4 again over 6
over 6. And so which of these brackets can we divide by 6? Or how can we divide by 6?
Um. Can't we divide both brackets? Oh no, we can't.
So we kind of, yeah. So this second bracket, you have to divide them both. So how can you cancel down something for the second bracket?
You need to do like x minus 4/6.
I think we could divide them. We could half all three.
Okay, so will it be 3x minus 2/3?
Yeah, and then we have to get rid of this denominator, and so divide this by 3.
Yeah, and then it'll be will it then be 3x minus? Oh, sorry. Oh, will it be 7.5?
Hold on. So we're dividing by 3.
Yeah, so
And
2.
so that'll be 2x. And 15 divided by 3?
Yeah, 5.
And so what's the final answer?
Will it be 2x minus 5 and 3x minus 2?
Yeah. And so that's one way of doing that. The other way, I think you know about splitting the middle and that. And there's a third way with the calculator. What calculator do you have?
I just have this regular Casio. I haven't got like the expensive one yet.
What number is your one?
FX 991EX.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
For now. Menu. Let's solve it like it was a quadratic. So A.
Oh, sorry, what did you get there? Sorry. So you pressed menu. Sorry.
Menu, and you can. Where is it gone? Okay, menu. You can either do alpha and then A, or just go down past 9.
Right. Yeah.
So you want equation. Polynomial. And it's a quadratic, so it's degree 2.
Yeah.
And then just put in A, B, and C.
Okay.
And so, yeah. So 6 minus 11 minus 10. So 1. So x equals 5/2. Or x equals 2/3. 2/3, I think it'll be. Minus 2/3. And then you can work in reverse.
Yeah.
So you know how each bracket is equal to 0, like either the first is equal to 0 or the second is equal to 0 when you're solving it.
Yeah.
So this one, just make it equal to 0. So what would you have to do to get 0 on the right side or whatever?
Yeah. So do I I thought it was already equals to 0, isn't it?
So what I'm just doing is like working in reverse. So you could, let's say, times both sides by 2 and get like 2x equals 5.
Oh, and then it'll be what? So 2x minus 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so usually we're doing it the other way, you know, and then at the very end, x equals 5/2. Now we're just kind of working in reverse. And then same with the other side.
Will it be 3x plus 2?
Yeah. And so those are your two brackets. 2x minus 5 and 3x plus 2. And so now, because you have the calculator and everything, we can just use that
Okay.
to factorize these more challenging ones. We'll practice that a bit if possible. Factorize completely. Let me think about that. Yeah, that one's not a bad one. Let's try C. How do you go about doing C?
So that's completely x cubed plus x. So let's see. Would I then do? Would I get x as my first one?
Yeah.
And then will it then be x squared plus 3x minus 10?
Mm-hmm.
And
So anyway, you like that second one.
wait, is that the answer? Or is that not? That's not the answer.
Completely.
Okay. So I'm not sure what I have to do from then on after.
Factorize this quadratic into two brackets.
Okay. So okay, so minus 10x. Oh, will that be 5 minus 2? So x plus 5 and x minus 2.
Yeah. X plus 5. Oops. X plus 5 and x minus 2.
Yeah.
That's it. And so you could tell, because it says factorize completely, that you can factorize at least twice. Yeah. So let's try question N.
Okay. So 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 I need to do 6 times minus 8, which will give minus 48. That's when that adds to give minus 8.
Do you want to just try using the calculator? So A, B, and C.
So menu and then so do I press which one do I press simultaneous equation or polynomial?
Polynomial.
Okay, polynomial. Sorry. So equals, and then sorry, it's a bit weird. Like it's going to like 1, 2, and then it's not letting me like go down or something like that.
Did you order 2?
Pardon?
So try menu equation.
Yeah.
Polynomial, so press 2.
Oh, 2. Right, yeah.
And then order 2.
Okay. And then, so do I just do here 6?
Mm-hmm.
And then minus 8.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go to the next one, sorry?
You just press equals.
Yeah. Minus 8. And then minus 8 again.
Yeah.
And it says it's x1 is 2. And x2 is minus 2 over 3.
X equals minus 2 over 3. Let's start with the one on the right. So how would you work in reverse for that?
Would it be x equals to would it be 3x plus 2 equals to 0.
Yeah. And so what will one of the brackets be?
3x plus 2.
Yeah. And so what would the other bracket be?
X minus 2.
So I need to make 6x.
So it'll be 6x minus 2. Or 6x minus 8 minus 12.
So when you expand something times 3x, you'll get 6x squared.
2x.
Yeah, so that's 2x. Something times something, we get minus 8. So something times 2, we get minus 8.
Minus 4.
Yes. And if you were to try to solve that one, so 2x minus 4 equals 0, what would you get?
You would get 2.
Yeah, and so x equals 2. And so because the other one was a bit easier to do because you could see the number in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. And I just find that easier than the other ones. So okay, so let's try W.
Okay, so now it's 6x squared. And I just need to sub it into the little polynomial thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
So 6 equals. So I said x1 is 1, so it says x is equals to 1. And then it says x2 is x is equals to 2 over 3.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean then that one of them will be 3x minus 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one will be so it'll be x minus 1 and then equals to 0. Then do I need to do?
So at this point, I would just figure, like, just by looking at the question and what would the other bracket have to be, you need to get 6x squared when you expand the two of them.
So will it be 2x?
Mm-hmm.
Is it 2x plus 6 or?
Well, you'll do something times minus 2 and you'll end up with plus 4.
Will it be minus 2?
Yeah. And if you have 2x minus 2 equals 0, will x equal 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so because it simplifies, like 2 over 2, 1, it kind of disappeared a bit. Let's try x.
Okay, so okay, so 15, 42 minus 9. So it says the first x value is a fifth. And then the second x value is minus 3. So is it basically x minus a fifth is equals to 0?
You multiply both sides by 5, so you shouldn't have a fraction.
So 5x equals to 0.
What's a fifth times 5?
1.
Mm-hmm.
So is it just x equals to 0?
No. Don't move a fifth across. Just times both sides by 5.
So 5x equals to 0.
You said a fifth times 5 is?
1.
So 5x equals 1.
Okay. And then
And
then I'll do 5x minus 1 equals to 0.
yeah.
And then so that'll be one of the thingies, won't it?
Yeah.
And then so then I need to get, will it be 3x?
Yeah.
Is it 3x plus 9?
Well done. Yeah.
Okay.
Well done. And so, yeah, you can always do those with this kind of, with the other long methods that we did at GCSE, which were necessary when because you have a non-calculator paper.
Yeah.
Now that you have a calculator, you know, but that's like the only type of factorizing that I think would give you any problems. But you could always fall back on the other method. It's just that the other method is quite long.
Yeah.
Takes a long time. And you're getting better at using the calculator for this anyway, so. Let's see, these are what pass for exam questions. Let's see, that's factorizing. Oh, all right. Let's try 5 exam question.
Okay. So okay, so will it probably be, so to start off, will it be x and then
Are you doing 5?
yeah.
Okay.
So will it be x and then 6x squared plus 7x minus 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to factorize 6x squared plus 7x minus 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then can I just do the calculator thing?
Yep.
Okay. And then so that will be so 6 and then it'll say x1 is a half, and then x2 is minus 5/3,
Mm-hmm.
and then so do I now need to solve for 0?
Yep.
So will it be 2x equals to 1? Will it be 2x minus 1 equals 0?
Mm-hmm.
So 2x minus 1. And then will it then be 3x plus 5?
Yep.
And then so will the final answer be x, 2x minus 1, 3x plus 5?
That's it. Well done. That was definitely the most challenging of them. And I suppose any questions about that factorizing stuff?
No.
So yeah, so we're just solving it and using the solution to factorize it. Before we do, hang on, what did I just do there? Yep, I think that's fine. Yeah. I just want to go back a sec just to make sure. Oh, yes. How would you do question D?
So is that x minus 5 and x plus 5?
Yeah. How would you do E? Do you know?
Do I need to do? Would it be like 2x minus 3, 2x plus 3?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to go back to the exam question. There's lots of stuff you could do in the middle, but okay. How do we do question 4?
Do I need to do like x to the 4 over 1 over 1 to the power of 1 minus y over 4 over 1 over 1 to the power of 1? Or,
I don't know. Just similar to the one we just did with the 3x plus 2 and 3x minus 2.
would it be like x plus y, x minus y?
And what times what gives you x to the 4?
X squared times x squared.
Yes. And so in that case, instead of any idea what the two brackets are?
Will it be x squared minus y squared and then x squared plus y squared?
Yes. Why is it a 2-mark question? And there's a tip in the wording of the question.
Completely.
Yep.
So that means the question is not done.
So what else can you do?
Square root all the answers or something.
This can be factorized.
So, because of the square.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like something squared and then x minus y?
So x squared minus y squared. Can you do that into 2 brackets?
Is that x minus y, x plus y?
Well done. And so not only could you do that into 2 brackets, but you can do that thing into 2 brackets as well. So you end up with 3 brackets.
Okay.
So I just thought I'd throw that at you. So that's factorising. Any questions or anything about factorising? How do you feel about that one?
I feel like all right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you just have to watch out for it, really. The difference of 2 squares. I just want to see what chapter 1 looks like. Next, okay, so surds and stuff. Okay, negative fractional indices, and again, oops. I think I'll just jump to the exam questions because there's lots of overlap. Let's see what we remember. Let's see. Oh, I think you'll remember these. They're just weird. Yeah, they're just weird. Just weird. Express each of the following. That's kind of strange. Yeah. I was a bit late. Are you able to stay an extra 10 minutes?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this strange one.
So,
What does to the power of a half? What's that the same as?
square root.
Yeah. And so what you have to do to get y to become y to the power of half?
Square root y.
Yeah. And so basically just square root both sides.
So will the answer just be y to the power of? Oh no, will it just be y to the power of square root 16th x squared?
Well, y equals 1 over 16x squared.
Yep.
And so if you square root the left side, then you have to square root the x side as well.
Right. Okay. So that'll be y equals 16th x squared, and then is that 1 over 32x?
So the square root of x squared is x, square root of 1 over 16?
Is it 1 over 32? Or?
No. Calculator. What you do?
Oh, a quarter.
Yeah. So you can always just use the calculator. Okay. Similar idea, part B.
Right. So 4 minus 1. So do I need to just sub in like a 16th x squared into y?
Yeah, that'll work.
So will it be 4? And then do I first of all need to do 16x squared to the power of minus 1?
Yeah.
And then will that be calculator again?
Yeah. So try it without the x because you can't.
Will it just be 1 over 16x squared? Or
yeah. Well, another way to write this. So 1 over 16 x is just times x squared. So another way to write that is x squared over 16.
so that's just 4 and then x squared over 16.
So x squared over 16 to the minus 1. What's that going to do?
That's gonna make x over 16.
That flips the fraction.
So will it then be 16 over x squared?
Yeah.
And then is it 16 over x squared times 4?
Yeah.
And so would it be 64 over 4x squared? Oh no, yeah. No, 64 over x squared.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, to the power of minus 1 will just is the reciprocal. So I'll just flip it. And they wrote it as 64x to the minus 2, same thing. Oh, so they wanted it to look like that, sorry. Yeah. And so 64 over x squared. And so over x to the plus 2 is x to the minus 2.
Okay.
Do you remember that from GCSE? Pair of negatives?
I think so.
It's tricky. Let's see. Okay. It's going to do exam questions. Skipping all that. But it's chapter 1. And it's type of stuff where I think you'll pick it up in school. Alright, let's try question 4.
So it's A3.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, B.
Is simplify. So do I need to do? So do I need to do 2x power 4? So would that be so? Would it be x then brackets 16x and then minus 4/3?
Brilliant.
And then do I then need to times x by that? So will that be 16x squared? Does then need to become like 16x squared plus 16x minus 4 to the 3?
So x is like x to the 1.
Okay.
How do you multiply x times x?
Oh, you add the
Yep.
thingy. Yeah. So will it be so minus 4/3 plus 1? So will it be x 16x to the minus third?
Well done.
Okay.
That's it. Great. Any questions about that one?
No.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's one of those questions.
Yeah.
That's the trick. And okay, let's do 5.
So do I then need to do an 8? Do I just need to do cube root of 8 x cubed for the first one?
Yep.
So will that be will that be a half x?
Yep.
And then for B, half y minus 2. Do I'm not sure.
same as before. So if we just go back to how did you start part B for this one?
I put in, so I put 16 x squared into it.
Mm-hmm.
So do I just need to put in then 8th x cubed into y?
Yeah.
So will it be half and then 8th x cubed? 8th x. And then minus 2, obviously. And then do I then just need to do so do I then need to do 64x?
Hold on. So I'm not going to take any chances at all.
Okay.
1/8.
Yeah.
To the power minus 2.
Yeah.
Minus 2. 64. Yes. Okay. Go on.
Okay. So, and then 64x, and then will that just be minus 6?
Yep.
So 64x minus 6, and then I need to just half that.
Yep.
So will that be 32x? It won't be minus 3, will it?
No.
Yeah. Would it be like minus 12 or something?
Nope. Don't overthink it. Half times 64 times x minus 6. That's the long way of writing it.
So will it just be half x minus 6?
So that's just, yeah. A half times 64 is 32. 32 times x to the minus 6. 32 x to the minus 6.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not, it's only affecting the coefficient number in front. There's there's no x involved.
Yeah.
Tricky stuff. So that's that one. And then that's the end of that. Okay, so we did great. So let's see. So so difference of two squares, just have to watch out for that. Factorize completely. You can factorize it more than once. And for the harder factorizing, just use your calculator, work in reverse.
Yeah.
And then we did a bit of surds. We did the hardest surds. Let's just take a look at what we did in that too. So we did most of chapter 1. That was indices. So we didn't get to kind of rationalizing the denominator for surds, but again, it's a bit of overlap with GCC, and then it's just this little extra, but it's the same idea, and there's a type of stuff. I just focus on the really challenging stuff at the end. That the rest of the stuff I think you'll pick up in class. So we got most of chapter 1 done.
Yeah.
How is that for you, Andrey?
I found that good, thank you.
So anything in particular you want to do next time?
Just like the next chapter, like the book and stuff.
Okay, and I'll just do finish chapter 1 from surds, just so I take a look at the questions, the exam questions for that. And yeah, chapter 2. Yeah. Any questions from me?
No.
All right. Well done, Andrew. You did great. And sorry for being late.
It's fine.
Yeah, look forward to you talking again next week.
All right, in a bit. Bye.
All right, have a good week. Goodbye.